Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, thanks for checking us out. First things first, I want to give a shout out to Platinum Fitness for letting me shoot here today. If you're in the Amherst, New York area, their website is in the description. I recommend checking them out. Today's video is about 7 exercises that we should all make part of our training program. So there's so many different exercises to choose from. I wanted to narrow it down to 7 and give you some justifications on why you should be doing these exercises. Now, these aren't the only exercises you should be doing, and that doesn't mean the exercises you're doing are bad, but there's 7 core exercises that I believe should be part of almost everyone's training program. So let's jump right into that and take a look at this.
Okay, so before we get too far into this, I broke this down into 3 groups based on these exercises. We have lower body, push exercises, and pull exercises. And then I just have 1 ab exercise at the end. So let's jump right into our lower, with the first exercise being squats. Squats are arguably one of the best exercises, and there are variations for every fitness level, from body squats like this to weighted squats for intermediate and advanced lifters. The squats primarily encompass glutes, quads, and hamstring muscles, although the hamstring activation is limited, so we turn to the second exercise on our list to cover that. Exercise number 2, hip thrusts. You can see the more basic variation here, usually given to beginners. When we progress, we can start loading the exercise with heavier weights, as shown here. I've read a lot on Brett Contreras' research into hip thrusts and how effective they actually are with glute activation, and I really think this is an exercise more and more people should encompass into their training program. Also, you can see here how much more muscle activation there is in the hamstrings, especially in the biceps femoris muscle compared to the squats. Now, these 2 exercises target most of the lower body muscles, and we're going to move on to our push exercises. Our third exercise is going to be chest press, and I'm not going to specify bench press, machine press, or dumbbell press. They each have their merits. Like most exercise prescription, a lot of it depends on your goal. Just keep some level of chest press in your program. Another benefit of the chest press is we also see tricep development. The triceps are a synergist muscle during the chest press, meaning they assist the prime mover, which is the pec muscle. This is also seen in our 4th exercise on this list, which is shoulder press. Between dumbbell presses or barbell presses or simply a machine press, this is similar to the chest press with the number of options we have, each variation having their pros and cons. Having a shoulder press will help develop the deltoids and give a wider appearance in the upper body. Now, the shoulder press is being assisted with the triceps the same as the chest press. Now, we've given 2 movements that incorporate the triceps without any direct isolation training, which doesn't mean we should just skip any isolation work, but remember, if you're someone that's struggling with finding time to fit a workout in, programming training efficiently can ensure that you don't skip a muscle group. Moving on now to our pull movements. 5th exercise on our list are the pull-downs. The pull-downs mimic the pull-up motion, but for those struggling to lift their entire body weight, pull-downs are a much more viable option. This exercise targets the lat muscles primarily, but we also see activation across the traps, rhomboids, and also the biceps. We turn to our 6th exercise to see even more rhomboid activation. Exercise number 6, rows. We see even more variations of this movement, and we keep an emphasis on retracting shoulder blades, which is carried out primarily by the rhomboids. The lats are also active along with the erector spinae, depending upon which variation you choose. Like the pull down, we have a large amount of bicep activation. So after looking at our pull motions, we encompassed 2 exercises that targeted the biceps without direct isolation training. Now, these 6 exercises cover the upper body, the lower body, and our arms. Well, what about our core? Exercise number 7, planks. In my opinion, this is one of the most effective exercises that everyone typically can do. It hits each aspect of the core from the obliques, the rectus abdominis, and the transverse abdominis. While this is an isometric contraction, meaning there's no movement, people typically aren't complaining about feeling in just one aspect of our core because we look to our entire core system to support our body and to take a brunt or a portion of the load. Once you're able to hold this exercise for 1 minute for 3 sets, that's typically when I tell people you should start mixing in variations like side planks, weighted vests. That's up to you. but for anyone that hasn't done a plank, a 1-minute plank can seem like forever. Now, I want to give 2 honorable mentions, 2 exercises I really thought a lot about. The first one's deadlifts. Deadlifts are, in my opinion, one of the best exercises, but when it really came down to it, I thought about this as 7 exercises that everyone should be doing. I really don't think everyone should be deadlifting, but I think everyone should be squatting, and I think everyone should be doing hip thrusts to help strengthen glutes and to reduce lower back pain. Honorable mention number 2 is the ab rollout. The ab rollout or ab wheel has some of the highest EMG activation for the abs. The problem was that it's so difficult that a lot of people cannot do this exercise, and sometimes it seems like it's such a struggle that I didn't want to add it to this, but it is a very effective exercise for the abs. Okay, so if you disagree with any of this, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your justifications on why you would prioritize another exercise above something I put on.
I hope you liked the video. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, you know the drill, and we'll see you guys next time.